Liverpool received warning of points deduction from the Premier League amid Arsenal's title race. Liverpool opened negotiations to sign £58 million striker with a release clause set. Arsenal, Liverpool and Barcelona offered hope in the pursuit of Alexander Isak. Hello, dear fan. Welcome to your news channel for the world's greatest club. Keith Hackett raised the possibility that the Premier League could adopt point deductions as a disciplinary measure in cases involving the behaviour of managers, following Arne Slot's harsh criticism of referee Michael Oliver. The incident occurred during the 2-2 draw between Everton and Liverpool last month, when, in the 98th minute, James Tarkowski scored the equaliser. Liverpool's manager, Slot, was visibly frustrated when he saw that Oliver did not disallow the goal, which he believed was the result of a push from Beto on Ibrahima Konate before Tarkowski's shot. The situation created significant tension, with Slot being sent off after the final whistle for confronting the referee. He was later suspended for 2 matches, preventing him from being on the sideline for the upcoming match against Southampton on Sunday. Before being sent off, Slot reportedly told Oliver while shaking his hand, "If we don't win the league, I'm going to blame you." The Dutch coach, reflecting on his behaviour, acknowledged the emotional reaction at the moment and admitted that, if he could go back, he would have acted differently. "A lot happened, and emotions took over me," said Slot, adding, "If I could do it differently, I would, and next time, I'd do it differently again." This episode of confrontations with referees is not isolated in the Premier League. Other managers have also been involved in similar incidents throughout the season. Brighton's manager, Fabian Hürzeler, and Nottingham Forest's Nuno Espirito Santo were both sent off after clashes with officials in September. Hackett, a former Premier League referee, warned that these confrontations could lead to new rules being implemented, especially if they become more frequent. He suggested that referees, when blowing the final whistle, should move directly toward the tunnel, avoiding standing in the middle of the field, which often leads to handshakes and heated comments from managers. "I would like to see referees moving towards the tunnel instead of staying on the field, waiting for handshakes and compliments," said Hackett in an interview with Football Insider. TBR Football has learned that Liverpool inquired about the possibility of signing RB Leipzig's striker, Benjamin Sesko, who is keeping his options open regarding his next destination. Sources indicate that the player has already made it clear to interested parties that his preference would be to move to London, with Arsenal and Chelsea leading the race for his signature. However, despite this preference, several other Premier League clubs, including Liverpool, Manchester United, Newcastle and Aston Villa, remain strongly interested in securing the 21-year-old's signature. The prospect of Arne Slot strengthening his attack next summer, with Darwin Núñez open to a possible departure from Anfield, makes Sesko one of his key targets. TBR Football's chief correspondent, Graham Bailey, has been informed that there is an informal agreement between RB Leipzig and the player that will facilitate his transfer, as long as the financial terms of the deal are met. Sources from the German club confirmed that Sesko, who has been compared to Erling Haaland due to his playing style and physical attributes, has a release clause of around £58 million, though this amount could vary depending on both the players and the club's performance. However, TBR Football understands that Leipzig will not require the full clause to be paid as long as the price and the overall terms of the deal are considered fair. While Arsenal and Chelsea remain the front-runners for Sesko, Liverpool has been in contact with the player and his club in recent weeks. Slot's desire to add a quality striker to his team could be the key piece to making Liverpool even more competitive, especially in a season where the Premier League title race seems to be increasingly defined. Even without a true centre-forward, Liverpool has shown strength, but the prospect of adding a goal scorer like Sesko would be a huge boost. The Slovenian forward has impressed with 17 goals in 34 matches, a remarkable performance considering his age and the fact that he is not playing for one of Europe's elite clubs. Sesko's arrival could undoubtedly give Liverpool a significant advantage in their pursuit of more titles next season. Newcastle United's CEO Darren Eales has firmly dismissed any possibility of a summer transfer for striker Alexander Isak. However, a recent report suggests that the player's potential salary demands could force his departure. Isak has been in sensational form this season with 22 goals across all competitions, establishing himself as one of Europe's most promising forwards. His impressive performances have attracted interest from several top clubs, including Arsenal, who have struggled with a lack of forwards, and Barcelona, who view the Swedish striker as a possible successor to Robert Lewandowski. Liverpool has also entered the race. Despite the growing interest, Newcastle's hierarchy remains firm on keeping their star player. Eels made it clear, "We are not under pressure to sell any of our key players. It would be crazy to consider that. They are all under long-term contracts. We know Isak is a world-class player and others are coveting him, but it's frustrating because it feels like we are being seen as a club in the tier below, and it's almost assumed that the departure of our players is natural." Isak's current contract runs until the summer of 2028, but the 25-year-old is reported to be earning £140,000 per week, which is significantly less than what stars like Mohamed Salah from Liverpool and Erling Haaland from Manchester City earn. According to *The Times*, Newcastle is unable to compete financially with these Premier League elite clubs in terms of wages. As a result, it is expected that the club will begin negotiations for a new deal with the striker during the summer. Eels also expressed frustration with the Premier League's strict financial rules, which limit Newcastle's ability to offer higher salaries. The profit and sustainability rule system favours clubs with bigger revenues, Eels said. "We could put funds in an extra account to show we wouldn't go bankrupt, but the way the rules are now, we have to grow incrementally. The fact that we are in our second Carabao Cup final in 3 years and 2 points away from a Champions League spot shows that we are progressing. But it's frustrating because our progress since the club's takeover in October 2021 could have been faster if things were different. The PSR, as it currently stands, is challenging. Keeping Isak will be even more challenging if the club cannot meet his salary demands. Thank you very much for watching until the end. See you next time."